By the way, I want to show you guys this. Check this out, chat. I told this story a while ago. I'll tell you again for a lot of people that didn't hear it. I'll give you the TLDR. Check this car out. What do you call this thing again? This is an old Toro. I think it's what you call these cars. Ford Toro. I think that's a Tempo. Tempo. It's a Tempo. An old Tempo. So this is a Ford Tempo, brand fucking new. Okay, brand new, chat. Brand new. Okay, my dad, I think it was my dad's. They got it. They had it only for a little while. Okay. My dad and my two uncles, so my dad and his two brothers were late to a wedding. They were out in the country at their friend's house, who is a mechanic, and was doing something to the car, and they were late to a wedding, so they left. Right? My uncle was driving, speeding, gravel road, trees, can't see the tracks. There's no lights. Right? It's just like supposed to stop, look, right, go. He didn't do that. This is what the train did to the car. This is what the train did to the car. Yeah. Yeah. So they were driving pretty fast, and my uncle was like not, made a bad decision, obviously. My dad was, I think, 20 when this happened. My dad was in the back seat, and my uncles were in the front, right? They had their seatbelts on. My dad didn't. Chat. Not having the seatbelt on saved my dad's life. They all survived. Thank God. They all survived. But it was really bad. My uncle that was driving was in a coma for a very long time. They didn't think he was gonna make it. He got some brain damage from it, right? He lost like his left side of his body, like his left leg and his left arm. He has like can't really control it as well and stuff like that. My other uncle, which was a passenger, fucked his back up, but he actually was the best shape out of all of them after that. He was in a back brace for a long time. My dad, he cracked, like, like your spine, how you have like those blocks on your spine? He cracked them, and my dad was fucked too. So, chat, get this. The train comes by, right? Right, like, when it was way too late. Like, as soon as they saw the train, it was too late. There was nothing they could do. Like, it was, my dad was in the back seat, and he yelled, and he just, all he could say was, he yelled was stop, right? That was like his own, like his reaction, right? Just stop, right? So my dad said the last thing the only thing that went through his mind after that was he just kind of like went to the floor of the car, because he didn't have his seatbelt on. So he jumped to the floor, like behind the seat, and like just braced for it. And the train, the engine of like the main train came by. The car hit it and it went like this, boom, up. It hit it so fucking hard it just went up, right? So when the car went up, like the rear of the car, the ass of the car went up, my dad's body went right out the back windshield, like pew. He shot out the back fucking windshield, straight up in the air, ejected. But chat, it's fucked up that happened, right? But he lived, and it actually saved his life, because the car started rolling with the train. From the hood, like to the from bumper to bumper, started rolling like this, boom, 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 like this. The trunk of the car, as you can see in this picture, my dad never would have lived. He would have been crushed. You know what I mean? He never would have. He never would have lived. The guy that the train conductor. Sorry, it's the server chat. Crazy that sound effect's happening now. The train conductor said, literally said that my dad, he saw his body fly up in the air and land on one of the train carts, hit the train cart, and saw him bounce and go into the ditch. Okay, which is fucked. Like, every time I hear the story, I still go like, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy he didn't, like, he lived. You know what I mean? So the car rolled with the train, I don't know how far. It rolled quite a ways, and then ended up in the ditch as well. Uncle was unconscious. Like, they were both unconscious, right? My dad said that he woke up. He ended up waking up, and it was raining really hard. And he said that, like, he kind of like he, obviously you wake up, but you don't know, like, what's going on, right? He said that he kind of just looks, and he can see the car way down in the ditch, far from him, and smoking, and all he could hear was a loud groaning, right? Because my uncle was just groaning, because, like, obviously out of fucking pain and shit, right? And my dad said he couldn't talk, he couldn't breathe, right? He couldn't catch his breath, and people were, like, running to try to, like, cover them up. Like, they're putting plastic on him so that he would, like, not get soaking wet, and, like, you know what I mean? And, yeah, my uncle, so the ambulance shows up and stuff like that. My dad said that my dad was conscious, but my uncles weren't. He said that they put my uncle that was driving, they put him in the ambulance with my dad, and he was snoring. Like going, right? My dad was like, what the hell? But he was like, yeah, just fucked, right? Like, he was not, like, he didn't wake up for weeks. But, yeah. They all lived, chat. They all lived. My dad's, like, an absolute machine. You know what I mean? My other uncle, an absolute machine. And, my other uncle that was driving, he got the worst of it. He's on disability and stuff like that, but he's good. Like, he's actually good. Isn't that crazy, though? Like, look at this fucking car. Isn't that nuts? And they live to tell the tale. It's fucked, chat. It's crazy.